Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I know it's been a while. Yeah, I miss y'all. A new year. I was going to start with y'all at the beginning of this year, but what had happened was I got lazy. And then I quit my job. I'm so freaking happy. I could not be happier. I needed to leave that hellhole. That job was shit. Okay, let me tell you that. It was very hard, very mentally playing on your mental, trying to make you think ain't nothing better on there's no better jobs in the world, and there are way better paying jobs. You know, type of job I'm about to be making 50, 60,000 a year, and if I get lucky, on my first charge is gonna be 70. What were they saying again? You can't listen to other people. You gotta do what your heart, your soul is telling you. I am happy as hell that I ain't gotta go back there. I was miserable. I was like, I felt like it was the end of the world. I felt like that's the type of job where I was going to jump off the roof. It really wasn't for me. It was always temporary. You just got to do better in life. I took my class. I'm about to take my test and pass so I can make that real money. So I can live better than I've ever lived. And that's what everyone should do. They should want to strive and push for better. You should never settle for anywhere unless you want to. Um, that will always be my message. That's why I said, stay positive. Never let anyone tell you you have to stay someplace you don't want to. There's always room for improvement. There's always a chance you can and will do better. Never let nobody tell you different. Okay? Always step out. If you don't want to do something, go grab that better thing you want to do and go do it. Live your passion. That's why I started this channel as living your passion. It's a beautiful thing because when it's your passion, it's not a job to you. You would do it for free. That's how much you love it. And you'll feel better. And you won't feel like you're overworked. Yeah, you probably might still want to take your vacation because vacations are beautiful. To go to beautiful islands, to know that you worked hard to be in the places you want to be and do the things that you want to do and live the way you want to live. Never settle, ever. But there's a will, there's a way. And once you learn what your passions are, do them. I don't care if it's knitting. That makes you happier than you would do it for free. If you can make a business out of it, do it. Why not get paid for what you love to do? Because it's not a job. It's something you're doing for fun. It's your fun thing you do and you get paid for it. So I say always stay up. Always keep the idea. Always do your passion. You'll feel better. You'll feel better. You'll be happy as hell. Now, on to our next subject for tonight. Um, so my dad passed away last year in May. I started that story. I never quite finished it. At some point this year, I'm going to try this startup and try to tell y'all everything that happened. It's just really difficult, and it was a really ugly situation. And I had I had my team at the end, but the people I started with, I didn't end with. And they were all family. I'm saying this because sometimes you can have family members that are blood, but that don't make them family. I had to learn someone who I took the time out for, someone who I wanted to get a relationship with and to be around was one of my biggest enemies. And I had to realize that, and I had to let them go. Because I feel like if I didn't let them go, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you. I'd probably be in lockup. Because what they did to me is unforgivable. And I felt like, I don't know if that was their plan all along, but I felt from day one that I was always like, I don't know, feeling with you. But I was trying to hold on. I was like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe this could be the best relationship I've ever had. But I learned the hard way that it was a beautiful thing that I wasn't fucking with them and that I will never fuck with them again in life. And I don't care what happens. I don't care. I don't care if it's me first and them second. I don't care if it's them first. I won't ever be attached to anything that comes with them. Ever again. I don't even want to see them. Now it's a little fresh, but I know in a couple of years I'm not going to see them. I don't think anything will change in my feelings because they were never there. They were never really who they thought or who they claimed to be. They were always someone not to trust. And it's so sad that someone could know what it feels like to lose a parent and to do you dirty when you was there for them. You know, I didn't do too much. I wasn't on them. I was just enough. And always stood by their side and always had their back. And that wasn't good enough. That was never be good enough for them. I'll explain more on that later. Because that's very... one of those things that make you go, you know, I should have paid attention. I should have paid attention because they don't have... I'm happy that God made me who I am. I'm a good person. I know I give my best. I know I did all that I could do. I know that I was there for and wasn't given in return. I know that your enemy could be right in your face and you don't want to believe it. I know the feeling. I just was hoping it was me, you know. But it wasn't. And sometimes when your gut tells you things, please listen. It's a hard lesson. It's a hard lesson. But please, when your body tells you walk with caution, don't say too much, follow that. That's God talking to you. Because if you say things that can get you in worse positions with someone that claim to love you but can't stand you, no good would ever come of it. So in this life I can say, I tried. I showed love. I was there for. I did it with my heart, with my soul, with full good intentions. But like they say, when people don't have real love for you and they never liked you, they will use that to harm you. So do what I chose not to do. Listen to your heart. Listen to your soul. It'll never lead you wrong. That's the one thing I love about God. He never leads me wrong. Now let's speak about God. I'm going to switch the subject because I'm going to tell you that later. About that situation later. So think about God. I believe in God and I believe in spirituality. I know a lot of people don't understand, but sometimes I think there's similarities. I think certain things go hand in hand. And I think I believe you could believe and love the Lord. And you could also believe in spirituality because there are things in life that will show you that you're not alone. There are things and people and spirits that will come to you to protect you. There will be situations that you should have never been here, but you're here. And there will be people that tell you things like psychics and stuff. And you be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about? Child, they happen. I have the best psychic in the world. Let me tell you about mine before we go. Mine, one day I was going to see her, right? And she was telling me the day that, that I would be available. And she asked me for a particular date. And I was like, no, I don't, I don't think I'm gonna have that day. Did you know hours later, I was free on that day? And I really had other plans. I had other plans. I had other things I wanted to do that day. And she knew. And then another time was more recently the school I have, right? She was saying about, the job situation. That's not a good one, this, that, and the other. I think my dumbass did. I didn't, not dumb, but I didn't listen. And you know what? She's 100% right about it. I'm in there finding my own, of course, getting that moolah. But she definitely was right about them and their intentions. I tell you, mine is the best. She told me about my whole family in one sitting. What they were doing. Like she knew what they were doing, how they were doing, and how they would feel. Child. And you know what? She was 100% on point every time. Didn't miss a lick. So you got people like that. You have people that could foresee stuff. Then you can sit down and you can pray to God. And God could put all that in you. Show you beforehand what's going on. And you'll know beforehand what's going on. I believe they go hand in hand. I believe you have both as an advantage if you use it correctly. So that's my spill for tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good evening. Talk to you later. Remember, live your passion. Be good.